What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel.
What up, what up?
Who's ready for some story time? You? You? Everybody ready, right? Alright, guys, so today we're going to be doing a story time about how we met. You remember how we meet?
Maybe even meet.
Well, we'll get into it. But before we get into all of that, guys, you know what to do. Leave a big ol' like on this video. If you're new here, subscribe to my channel and click on the notification bell so the next time I upload a video, you'll be notified. And of course, leave a comment in the comment section down below. Some of you guys, you leave some funny comments and I love to read them. I don't know about Javon, but I love reading the comments. Yeah, man. Alright, guys, let's get into today's video. Alright, so where should we start?
From the beginning.
From the beginning. Did we meet? Alright, guys, so our story is a little bit different. We didn't meet in person. Like, when we say meet in person, I mean like we never buck up somewhere at a particular place or so.
Alright, so we actually went to school together.
Yes.
Right? We usually just say like hi and bye. Or did we even talk?
No. Alright, so let us start at school then, right? Let us start there. So we went to the same primary school. We were in the same class, grade 6 class. We both did 2 years in grade 6 because we were born behind the school year. For those of you guys who live in Jamaica, you know what I mean. So we did 2 years in the same grade 6 class. Now the first year, we didn't know each other. I mean, we knew that we were classmates and that's pretty much it. The second year, the same thing, right? It wasn't until after primary school, I think we were in 7th grade, he started showing some signs. Like, I remember this.
What she said.
It's true. You remember the first report that we got in high school? I was walking home. I made to live on ahead. I was walking home and your Monique, if you're watching this, tell him say you remember that day. Hopefully you remember that day your Monique, I believe, when that come from and you said to me, you get your report? And I said, no, they said that we're supposed to send in an envelope and they'll post it to our post office.
That makes sense.
And you were
like that?
Babe, seriously, that's what you said. You asked me if I get my report yet.
So because I asked if
I'm
you get your report, that means
no, but you never used to talk to me, baby. Not even used to see me. Likewise, me, you never used to see you, never used to talk to you, even though we're in the same class. So that day I was like, this nigga, cause Javon was like the book genie, and you always say to Jay, say because of me, make you stop take book.
I mean,
and I'm
you are
me.
woman.
That's always my response to him. And you are woman and you put on book. Javon used to study his dictionary, like literally sit down and study his dictionary. When me and this nigga text, you know, Javon used to use some words and I would be like, what that mean? You know, I mean nothing by that. I'm always asking, what does mean? And him always tell me, go and look it up because if me tell her the meaning, you're going to forget it easier. So let me tell about the report thingy.
I don't remember nothing about that.
You don't remember.
Tell a story.
You don't remember, and this is our story to tell. So
but how you remember it?
That's what that for me, guys. For me, that was the first time Javon talked to me, and what would you think? Like, I mean, I say we do 2 years in the same class, and you never ever. So when you anyway, fast forward, tell your part.
No, remember the last week she accused me saying me like her when.
Serious?
She somebody forget. I don't tell lie about me. So, I usually play cricket with some friends, right? It's on the road, you have to pass on that road. Well, not have to, but it's the main road. And she would have come from school an evening, and I tell everybody, alright, I'm gonna stop, because you know what, I'm gonna go lick my ball, and you know the people are nice young lady, and no problem, so everybody pass the game, she pass, you know, me help her pass, and because of that, she thinks I did like her. At that time, I did not.
Okay.
I'm just being friendly. And was it the same evening you did lose your badge? Because she was sub prefect or?
I was form captain, and I was also student of the month. I think I lost my. Was it one of them? Either my form captain badge or my student of the month badge.
Yeah, she lost
one
some
of
badge.
One of them.
So after she reached over, she realized that she lose the badge. She turned back and she come out with what we did there and asked if we find out. You see, God sent her back into my life, you know, people. God sent her back into my life. I never like her for real. So it wasn't until she started coming to church. See it again? God has sent her in my life. So she started coming to church, and you know, she got saved, praise the Lord. Amen. Say amen.
Amen.
Yeah, and she was going to a class we call New Life class or New Converts class. And you know, we talked one day, and because we got close, because you know, young people in that church, you know, click. So I asked her for her number. At the time, I liked her at that time. I asked her for
So
her
what
number.
make all of a sudden, because I started coming to church, you started liking me?
Me never know you before, so I should have liked it.
No, but you still didn't know me when I started coming to church.
We started talking then.
But what about me? Was it just my smile? And you said, because in the last video, remember the last video you said was my smile. Well, I don't remember if it's the last video, but one of the videos.
Yeah, she had a
So was
nice
it just
smile.
my smile and you said, I like that girl, you know?
And her personality, she was just different, you know?
Okay.
She wasn't like that butteryes girl.
Don't say that!
But I lie.
I like what? I was like,
I joke, like, catch up.
but don't
But
describe
for real,
no female like that. Some of them really carry themselves away, but
so they name. If it's not true, it's not true. So, asked her for her number, and she said she not give me. And I said it.
I asked him where you want my number
Oh,
for do.
yeah.
And imagine, you look smarty, right? You beg somebody for their number, and the person asks you, where you want my number for do? Him with him face itself, where you know people do people number. Like seriously, and him a beg me for my number. So I say, okay.
Stupid question you ask.
I say, okay.
Where no people do
I'll think about it. And I did not give it to him.
Oh, no, me get the number, people.
Tell him how you get the number, because we never give it to him. Too right.
So, as me say, we did have them did a New Life class, right? So they have a book with their name, address, telephone number in there. So at the time, somebody asked me to go for the book because they wanted to call her.
The person who was teaching the class.
Yeah. Wanted to call them because they were late for class. So we go for the book and it just, click. Jesus was speaking,
The life of God.
So, my book, I'm take your number.
Him thief the number. You stole the number.
Yeah, so I go, good things come to those who do good things.
Okay, I'm gonna get that, but okay.
So I got her number and I texted her. Was it the same evening? I think.
I don't remember.
So I texted her the same evening and she was going out with this.
Naturally.
She asked me to get the number, so I tell her. So she's like, okay.
Please note, at the time, I had a boyfriend.
Yeah, at the time she was in a relationship.
Or
A relationship.
thank you. That.
So,
Tell them what you keep pressing me to do. No, don't tell them. Don't tell them. When you ask me to.
It was after.
But I was still in a relationship. Yes, I was still in a relationship because I remember It was, but don't tell them.
Of course, I'm not going to tell them. So,
Okay. Okay.
So people, so you know, we just didn't talk.
Every morning, I would wake up to a message from this guy.
This nigga.
This guy. Every single morning, even though I kept telling him I'm in a relationship, him just wouldn't stop. To the point where he asked me to.
Let me feel them lips.
Yes, he asked me to kiss him. I was like, what? But to be honest, I was kind of growing on him. But at
You
first,
did like me.
at first,
You did like
at
me.
first when
You did like me.
at first no, because remember, I know people, I saw him as a book
Weirdo.
nerd.
Yeah.
I saw him as a book nerd, right? So when he had asked me to kiss him, I was like, no, I'm not even in this guy. So, being the honest girlfriend, I went to my boyfriend at the time and I told him, so you know this guy? And he said, oh yeah man, me know him. And tell him where my asked me for do. And he was like, with a little smirk on his face. And I was like, not for yourself though, because him not have a chance. And he was like, oh cool.
He said, hey, do have a ticket. Do have a chance.
Never have a chance.
But she give me a ticket
That's
already.
what I thought though. That's what I
Ticket
thought.
already.
But to not make this too long and drawn out, we didn't we tried to, because like I said, your girl was growing on him. I was getting to like him, his personality. So we tried a few times. But
We tried.
every time we tried to meet up and kiss, it didn't happen. Like somebody always interrupted.
Oh, yeah.
So it never ended up happening until.
Yeah. God know already for the blessing to start flowing.
So anyway, me and my boyfriend at that time, we ended up breaking up. Found him out to be who he truly was. And so we ended up breaking up. And can you imagine? Let me tell you something, guys. Javon had asked me to marry him from that time. Yep. And I guess what your girl's reaction was? I laughed. But he was serious, because days after, he said to Kenroy, can you imagine that I asked the girl if you marry me and she laughed after me? And at that point, I realized that he was serious. Mind you, I was in grade 7. We were both in grade 7, right? We were both what age? 14, maybe. And he asked me to marry him from that. And a few days later, when I hear him saying it to Kenroy, I was like, this man is serious. This boy is serious. And sometime after that, I told him, ask me again. Like, if you're really serious, ask me again. And he was like, no, I'm ask you already. I said no. So I'm not ask you again. But he ended up asking me again, and I said yes.
Years after.
No, at the same time you did. Yes, you did. You just don't remember. He did, and I said yes.
I asked you to be my girlfriend.
I'm not talking about that time. I'm talking about when you brought up the topic of marriage. I tell Kenrice or whatever. But he had asked me again, can you imagine people like 13, 14-year-old thinking about love to that extent, who want to get married and all of that? But
when a man know what I want, a man know what I want.
Yeah, and when a person is for you, it's just for you, or that person is, he or she is just for you, right? So fast forward, how many years later?
8.
8? Is it 8?
You mean no?
To when you proposed to me. 7.
7.
7 years later, he proposed to me on my birthday. Wait, this was supposed to be a story time about how we met. But we covered that and gone all the way into pretty much now. But I guess it's a good thing, right? Yeah, so fast forward 7 years later. Oh, mind you, let me backtrack a little. I ended up moving to St. Thomas in, I think that the first term of 9th grade, because sadly, my daddy passed on, and I guess it was just easier for us to go and live with mommy. I don't know if it's easier, but that's what happened. So me and my sister Shania, of course, me and Shania, we ended up moving to St. Thomas to live with mommy, and while I was in St. Thomas, we were still together. Yeah, I would come back to Trelawney like every summer holiday.
Every holiday.
Except Easter holiday, because Easter holiday was so short. So I was in Trelawney every holiday. When I was leaving, I can remember persons giving us 3 months to break up.
Yeah.
And we held on because I loved him, he loved me, and we did just want it work. So even though I was living in St. Thomas, we were still a long distance couple.
And that lasted for about 4 years?
So it was the first term of 9th grade. So pretty much 9th grade, 10th grade, 11th grade. Did I stay 1 year at St. Thomas before I come back down here after I leave school? No, I don't think so. So maybe 3 years, maybe 3.5 years, 3 years going 4 years. Right, and I can remember, was it a summer or a Christmas holiday when I came down here, and let me tell you guys, I cried my eyes out.
She cried
going back to St. Thomas. Every time I come off, going back, I cry. Every single time. But let me tell you, man, that last time, I cried so hard. I cried from here all the way to St. Thomas. People were staring at me on the buses, yes, because I had to take quite a few buses and taxis to get home. People stared at me like, "This is such a girl that cries." So I can remember Shania staring at me like, "You're not gonna stop crying." And when I got home, my mother was a bit upset. "Mommy, you're gonna be seeing this." But you remember when I came up, I can't remember if it was a summer or Christmas. I believe it was a Christmas holiday though. When I got back home, my eyes were so swollen.
I don't think it was a Christmas.
From all that crying, whichever one it was.
And like at the time, it was so heavy, like being in a long distance relationship. Like you just start get to you after a while, right? Because I mean, in that same time, Canada used to trouble me because I wasn't eating. And say, "Yo man, I lose weight or something, you know." And I even called her, asked her what.
You want me to be your?
So I mean, it took a toll.
It was tough. You have to like this are yours. This kind of path, relationship wise, I feel really cut out for you, and you have to cut out for it too, because if it's not something for you, you're not gonna last in it. And that holiday when I got back home, my mommy come from work, and mommy see my eyes swollen. She know that I was crying. Like my eyes were swollen, guys, from all that crying all day. I literally had to force myself to stop crying. It was the hardest thing to do, to stop crying. Because you know, you just like when you want sleep, when you sleep come, you can't tell sleep for wait. When the tears them want come, like you just want to cry. Like I felt my body literally, you know, if my body or my eyes or what, but I was literally tired of crying, and I had to. The tears were still coming, and I had to force myself to stop. And mommy get upset, and she never really had cuss and go on bad, but she say, "Why you never stay down there? If you never want to come back, why you never stay?" Mommy, you don't remember that time? I know you're gonna see the video here, but it was hard. There was even a time where my mother used to tell me, "You stay there, you don't know but Javanda." At the time, she not even used to address it by name. You don't know what boy that Trelawney do. You don't know man at this, because like everybody or most people in this world, she have fair share of bad relationships, right? Not to put my mother's business out there like that, but you know, she was saying man this and man that, and
I mean, it's just a thing. People try to impose what they went through on your relationship. So, you know, so it was hard.
Very.
It was hard, but
very.
Here we are today.
Yeah.
Married. Together.
But December we're gonna be celebrating 3 years of marriage and 9 years of being in love.
9.
Yes, 9. July we're gone.
Yeah.
No, this July coming, I make 10 years.
Which date?
The 28th.
Oh, I think I'm going to say the 27th.
28. So yeah, that's just a little story time of how we met and what happened after that. And
Yeah, all things Chinese. That's right, I mean it. No?
well, guys, just a little advice to all those who might be in a long distance relationship. If you really love your partner and if your partner really love you like that, just stick it out. The rough days going to come, the tough days going to come, but hold on to that for bringing it together. The love, hold on to it, and it will take you through. I mean, we've always talked about marriage, getting married, starting a family, owning a business, all that good stuff. And all the people that already give with 3 months to break up. That one of the persons we invited one of the persons to our wedding, and me live to see him come out wedding con talk and say, listen, me did give them such time for break up. And for see me alive, me live, oh God, me I get emotional. For know say me live, for see then get married and all of that. It was amazing. The day Javan proposed to me, one of the best days
Yo, that is
of
the
my
next
life.
word.
He was nervous. Like me say, baby, always talk about, but boo, always talk about getting married. So you should have known. Say, all right, go say yes. It's not like
it's not that. I didn't know you were going to say yes, but it's just the. You know, you're putting on, you're stepping into something different. You're going to be out of your comfort zone. So.
And I totally did not accept it.
Shaking.
Expect it.
Shaking.
Yeah, he was shaking. He proposed to me on my birthday, and after we did already talk about not doing the whole engagement stuff and whatever, so he totally threw me off because I was telling him that, oh, I know when you're gonna propose to me, So I was like, I go for my birthday, I go for this day, and so he wanted to throw me off completely, take my mind off of that. So we had talked and come to a mutual agreement. Say, all right, based on the time we want to get married, because we never set a date, but we had chosen the month. Never choose one date, but we picked the month. And so we said, listen, it makes no sense we get engaged and we already have figured word about planning the wedding and all of that. And so that was his way of throwing me off that topic. And so he totally caught me off guard. It was a day that I would definitely relive. Definitely relive.
No, I really do.
Why not?
Well, the proposal part, but the build up to, like.
But
because I was worried, like, cause I shipped her ring here.
Yeah.
So I was worried because it's the same day that I got there. The same day that I.
Yeah, the ring never did reach for my birthday.
No.
Mm-hmm. So it was like whenever it reach, and then it just happened that you reached for my birthday.
So that's a story.
Yeah, that's a little. We give on a little more than we came on here to do, but I guess love will do that for you, right? Yeah, and so we met at age 13, 14, fell in love around that time, and here we are, married today, celebrating 3 years of marriage almost, and 10 years of being in love almost.
This year.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, I can go on and on and on. You hear him, I love to talk. But
she teaches, and much more to go. So
yeah, a whole lot more.
We're not going there to see.
Yeah, just stick with the All Things Shanice family. Yeah, stick with the family. Keep our family growing, and you'll be here to see everything unfold. You'll see when we get pregnant, when we buy a house, when we buy everything. Just stick with us and you will see it all. Yeah, when we get pregnant. So you know what I mean. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little story time with us. Remember to leave a thumbs up on our videos or my videos. Remember to leave a thumbs up. Leave your comments in the comment section down below, and if you're new here, subscribe to my channel and click on the notification bell so that when I upload another video, you will be notified.
And don't forget to share.
Yeah, guys, don't forget to share.
With a granny. With your step granny.
Alright, them get the
With
picture.
your uncle granny.
Them get the picture. Just share, guys. Share. Until next time.
Bye.
Bye.